Yo. Uh-oh. Busted. Smoking cigarettes, I think, should be against the rules at my house. And it has been in the past. It was for years and years. And that rule got broken, and then it got broken more. That is a terrible thing. Let's talk about eco-village design. It's a big topic, and I see all the time people post online, why don't we get people together, buy a piece of land, pool our money? Although recently I saw a post from a guy who wants to gather people, and it's all people with no resources at all, which isn't going to work too well. What they can do is come up with business plans, because the most important part of a community is the people. And that group of people doesn't exist yet. Some of them have skills. Ow. And they need to catalog those skills. Dog, get out. Boogie, get out. And that's what they have to work with. They have human capital. And hopefully ethical capital as well, because they're going to have to make some very hard decisions about who to have be in and who's going to be out of the group. And so when I think about people that I would like to be involved with, I want to look at every person and wonder, well, what's their highest value? Right? What's their highest interest, and what's their highest ability? And how to match them up with their dream activity, their dream job, their dream value to provide to the group. If that can be done, and if their highest value isn't playing video games or sitting around telling other people what to do, which I'm going to do because somebody's got to do it, I would be willing to partner up with people to use my land for a time, and they would learn a lot. They would get a lot more realistic in their expectations. And I got a lot of things that I can teach, and I've got a lot of great space to learn it in. I got a lot of amazing projects that could happen that I think would excite people, and that they would even fund it. It is interesting to me that no one's ever come to me with a business plan. Of all the people that say they want to come and live at my place, no one's ever said how they're going to come and they're actually going to be a net positive impact on the economy of the system. They just have this dream and they want someone else to do the hard work, and then they do the work that they like, like they want to be a teacher or something like that, But I need help to do these things. So matching people up, discovering their skills, helping them discover their skills, putting that into action, learning and adjusting that, having them work in teams, having them benefit and see the value of what they're doing, that then they can go build their own thing separate from me. They don't have to be part of my deal forever. If I could figure that out, but I don't trust people. How do you take, people online who are trying to tell you what they think you want to hear, which isn't always what I want to hear. They're sometimes quite wrong about that. I guess that's it. That's the hard part. The eco-village design, things like where to put roads, how to do forestry, how to reproduce plants, how to do energy systems. Well, I need help with that too, actually, because mine are busted. But they should become easy, like very standard. I should easily be able to put a battery system and solar panels in different locations on the property. And, I can get more Starlink dishes as needed so people have internet. Although really starting with just two places with internet would be just fine. And have folks be involved in fundraising. Like I remember I asked a volunteer a long time ago, I said, well, will you make a video a fundraising video with me and specifically ask for donations. And they were like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. But they were comfortable taking my resources from me and having me support them for free for labor that I didn't really need them to do. I need people who really want to be on board. And that's something beyond what most people can conceive of when they think, oh, we'll just go in the forest and dance around and have campfires and, there's a huge amount of work to be done. And so I guess it's up to me to be in a leadership position and get that done. And part of being a leader for that is going to be finding other people to lead areas of it. Like I can think of management jobs right at the top of my head. I mean, someone should be coordinating the building of things. And I have a team now that I can hire. One of the projects I could do that is very much on top of my priority list is starting a building program. And I would say natural building because that's very attractive to people. And a lot of it would be natural, but I'm going to use concrete. I'm going to use concrete because concrete works. And it doesn't burn down. It stays where you put it. Bugs don't eat it. Woodpeckers don't go through the wall. And then start building a town. Build a dormitory. Build an RV park for van lifers and shorter term people. I feel like I say a lot of the same things over and over on these videos. But I think it's me just mulling it over and figuring out what parts win. And I think housing is a big one. Because winter's coming and it's going to be cold. And also seeking out people who can fund themselves somehow. Now, I can help them do that, potentially. I mean, I can make a crowdfunding page for individuals. And those people then are motivated to support themselves by reporting on their work, by making videos about it. I can help with that too. With my order that I need to do, because I'm going to do this test order to see if I can receive products. That's been a huge problem, like getting stuff here. I can't get deliveries to my house. My road is too bad. But I need like new batteries for my camera. The battery in my laptop, which was donated, thank you, is giving me warning signs now. It pops up a window that says your battery sucks now. You got to get a new battery. Go to this web page and do something. I don't know. I went to a Spanish page and it was a little hard for me to read, but I don't know. I'm beaten down and confused. And the people who do contact me, it's not working. And there's people out there with a lot of money who would even pay for the experience of doing what they dream of. There's all these dreamers out there, and it's a great thing to be a dreamer, yay. But you got to make it real. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, but I'm doing okay, I guess. Or I'm dying. I can't tell. A lot of time. I mean, there's damage I got 20 years ago with somebody accusing me of things falsely that still hurts me, and I lost a lot of friends out of that. I lost a lot of potential supporters. And it shook me up, and, I know that there's a lot of types of people, after having hosted, thousands, a lot of types of people I don't want to ever know again. Even though most of those people were awesome people. And some of the reasons it wasn't successful was management, where, I let people run over me. I'm a pretty nice guy. I don't want to tell someone, hey, this is what has to be done. Let's get it done. But I got to do that. And I have been working on that. I worked all day yesterday on a spreadsheet of people who are potential options, but then I need to make some forms for them to fill out that find out, deal breakers. I think that's the first thing when you try and get people together for a community is look for deal breaker issues. Like if somebody's a hardcore vegan, I'm not going to be compatible with that. I want to start raising rabbits again and chickens again. That was very successful. And it'll provide education and food and use the natural resources that are in the way, actually. We need to clear trails and things. And somebody did ask me, well, how come you don't have any ruminants? They didn't say the word ruminant, but how come you don't have any animals that clear trails for you and all that? And it's like, well, that's one of the things I need to do. But it's one more complicated thing. Like, am I going to get donkeys, burros? Of course, what came to your mind first there was goats. But goats are also a pain in the ass, and I'm definitely not going to do dairy. Other people can do dairy. Dairy is a daily task. So there's reasons not to do dairy now. Maybe someday. But I don't want daily tasks that have to get done that day. I've got enough things that are, emergency level stuff. Not currently health and safety, which is great because, health and safety stuff matters the most. But after that comfort, like building a solar sauna, I know what I want to do with that. It just has to get done, and that has to get funded. Or I get a team of people who can actually do labor to do it. Actually, no, I don't really have a building that's perfect for that. There is a building that I could improve with one thing. It's a small building, though. I don't know. It's overwhelmingly massive. And that puzzle, the biggest puzzle is the people. I hear a sad dog that's tied up. I hate that stuff. My dogs don't get tied up. Maybe once a year for something. I gotta fix the fences I have. I guess I have to make the order of what happens when, and actually surprisingly bulldozer is pretty high because I have roads you can't use, and so therefore you can't get to a place. And so fixing roads is big, making my fences, fixing my current fences and making other fenced areas. I would love to do the burro sanctuary. Something like alpacas would be super cool, but that requires shearing of them too. So any project I do is usually 5 times harder than you think it is. Things are really easy to say, but getting it done's harder. I've always been a pretty ambitious, smart person. But it's tough coming from the situation I'm in, shaken up, weak, disgustingly weak. It's tough. I'll get there, figure it out.